Hey guys, Haley D here, Haley D Love here. Okay, so you're gonna hear me kind of mix those two things up, and that's because originally on a lot of my things, a lot of my Instagram and Twitter, which I really don't use, it just says Haley D. Um, and on my old Instagram, I had I only had Haley D. I didn't have Haley D Love. I have Haley D Love now because of the simple fact that I deleted my Instagram and my old Instagram. And so then when I was finally ready to have another Instagram, then I of course couldn't use the original um, username. So yeah, I haven't really I haven't posted anything in the past day or two, I believe, and so I kind of want to start making this a habit. And to be honest with you, it's not the easiest thing to remember, but I am definitely trying to because this is cool. I don't mind doing it. I don't mind talking to whoever is there to listen, who's ever meant to hear whatever it is that I have to say, whether it makes sense or not. And so, um, yeah, I know part of this video, I wanted to talk about, I wanted to get deep for a moment and talk about forgiveness. And the reason why is because I recently, had to undergo the process of forgiveness and really do it. And see, the thing that people tend to forget about forgiveness is that when you really forgive somebody, you can't hold it over their head. You can't continuously bring up the stuff that you said that you forgave them of in the first place. No matter how much you and I'm the type of person where I'm a woman of my word. If I say that I'm gonna do something, or I say that I feel a certain way, I stick to that, and I hold myself to it too. It's not just me talking to somebody else. I hold myself to it, and so I just learned the art of forgiveness recently, and truly, like, it's always easy to say, yeah, I can forgive somebody when you're not going through something, but when you go through something and you really have to eat your words, like, you really have to show, what it is that you say that you stand for. Yeah, it's hard, and I had to learn that. I learned that recently, and I would say the biggest thing is, so that this entire video is not consumed of seriousness, but um, the biggest thing is to forgive is to love. You have to have a love in your heart to forgive, and if you don't have that, then ooh man, it's gonna be such a struggle. It's gonna be a process. And I don't even think the biggest thing is not the forgiveness part to me. I think that the hardest part about forgiveness is after. After you say, I forgive you, you still have to deal with, like me, I can be a very prideful person. Like I can be so prideful, it's ridiculous. And I don't know where I got it from, but it's just there. I think I got it from my mama. I think possibly my dad, more than likely my mom. But yeah, like, it's the process after. It's the continuing on with your life in a new light, in a different direction, especially if it's different from the direction that you've been in for a while. And so, yeah, I learned that um, you have to have love in your heart. And then, especially being a Christian, you have to be able to allow God to work. And it ain't always easy, I can promise you that. It is not. To allow Him to really have His way in the situation. We pray all the time as Christians that, okay, Lord, have your way, have your way. Do you really mean that? Do you really want God to have His way? Like, to have His way would mean for you to stop whatever you're doing, for you to, and not necessarily literally, but for you to allow Him to really work the way that He desires to work in a situation. Are you ready to do that? Are you ready to let go of the control? And that is the biggest part for prideful people. I can't talk for other people, but for prideful people, the biggest part is letting go of that control and allowing Him to really go along with the process that he has specifically for your situation. And I'm not saying that it's always easy, because majority of the time it isn't. But it's definitely about allowing him to do his thing, allowing him to really work. Like, his grace and his mercy is crazy. And that's another thing that I learned about forgiveness. It's what prompts me to forgive is the fact that I know I screw up all the time. And I know that, it's kind of cliche to say, excuse me, it's kind of cliche to say because all Christians say it, but it is the honest to God. Haha. Anyways, I'm corny, but it's the honest to God truth. Like, he forgives us daily. He stays on his job constantly. I can promise you that we screw up at least once a day. And the fact that he doesn't just wipe us out as quickly as he possibly could, but he doesn't, because he looks out for us, because he's being that father that a lot of us, missed out on in life. And so it's like, if he can do that for me, if he can forgive me like that, if he can, look over my issues and treat me as if I never did them in the first place, why can't I do that for someone else? And there are two sides to this. One side is walking in his image, is it's allowing him to be him. And truth be told, if we didn't need God, then we wouldn't have these issues. We wouldn't, have these problems that make us rely on him. So there is a thing of letting God be God, is making sure that you're not trying to be a superhuman, and allowing yourself to go through the process, allowing yourself to go through the hurt, go through the pain, go through the entire process so that you can heal successfully. But another thing is walking in his image, and his image is forgiveness. His image is erasing. And it's mind blowing, because we as humans aren't like that. And a lot of us as Christians, we have issues with processing that whole process of the fact that he does it, and he does it so easily, and he does it for us because he loves us. And so what I learned that, it's him. It's about him. It's about thinking about him. And people don't get it. People that don't have a relationship with God will not get it. They won't understand it. Even some Christians, they won't understand it. They won't get it. But at the end of the day, it's about you and him, and your relationship with him, and how he is working in you, representing him. It's always about him at the end of the day. Every situation that we find ourselves in, it is more than likely because God is trying to either teach us a lesson or teach someone else a lesson using us. So I guess what I want to tell whoever is meant to hear this is that it's okay to forgive. And you're not a weak person for forgiving. You're not a weak person for taking up that cross and walking, because so many people aren't willing to nowadays. You hear crazy stories about people hurting other people and people killing people because of the fact that they don't have that love within them. And that's what's going to help us survive as Christians now. That's what's going to help us. That's what's going to stick us out from the rest, is that love that's within us, that love that is innately in us because of him. We're going to have to rely on that, and that's what's going to make us different. And so, yeah, that's my deep portion of my video, even though I'm running on 9 minutes or something. So yeah. So yeah, that's what's been going on with me recently. It's some deep thinking. What y'all are gonna see is that I'm a real deep thinker. I think a lot, sometimes too much, and I have gotten that comment so many times. I remember when I was in middle school and I was in dance class, And my dance teacher, she was like, Mahalia, you do great. You're a great dancer, but you think too hard. You think too hard about the movements instead of allowing the movements to flow. And yeah, so I would screw up all of the time because did I spit? I think I spit. Sorry if y'all seen that. But yeah, like because I thought too hard. I'm a deep thinker. I think a lot and I process things a lot. And usually because I want to get the most out of something, I'm slow. I'll be a slow thinker. Um, but yeah, I hope that you guys are gonna have a wonderful Memorial Day and eat up. I'm supposed to be headed back home today to get some food because it's hard out here as a college student, and I've stayed on campus my entire college career, and let me tell you, the struggle is real. Um, so yeah, I'm definitely ready to go home and to get some food, get some barbecue, yummy, yummy, and to see family and friends. Although it's really hard, like it's hard doing that because you have like if you're like me, you're a college student, you have a checklist, and I definitely have a checklist. I have so many people that I need to see, so hopefully I can get in a few tomorrow. So yeah, me and my boyfriend, we're going back home, so um, I'm excited. Y'all pray for me, pray for safe travels and such. And yeah, I want to thank you for listening and thank you for watching this video. And my hopes is to one day buy one of those cool little vlog cameras that everybody else has where I can, like record what's happening in my life or where I go or what I'm doing. Usually right now it's really not. Y'all ain't missing out on much. I am just here in my room or working. Yeah. So that's about it. But this is, like I said, it's going to be a pretty cool semester because this is going to be my final semester, God willing, as an undergrad. So all the things that I will be doing and all of that wonderfulness, God willing, I will be able to record all that and allow you lovely people to have a view of what's happening in my life. So blessings upon all of you. I thank you for watching. I love you, and y'all have a awesome, wonderful, spectacular, blessed Memorial Day. Or was okay. Anyways, I was about to ask a stupid question. So be blessed and have a wonderful day. Haley out.